to Marathon Project 234. It's Friday the 31st of July and apparently it's about 27 degrees centigrade here in Newcastle in the northeast of England, which is pretty much as close to a heat wave as you're going to get here. Just going to go for a sort of 30-minute shakeout run for my lunch break here. I've already had a quite hard week, so just going to take it easy, get ready for a long run at the weekend, but more in a little bit. See you soon. So yeah, as I said, it's weirdly warm. It's weirdly warm here in Newcastle, about 27 degrees. So I'm just going to have a easy 6-kilometre jog. Aiming for 50 miles this week. Got a long run, 25k at the weekend, so just keep it nice and easy today. So this week training's going pretty well. Trying to kind of contain my excitement because to be honest, I don't have any planned race dates. Kind of working on March 2021. That's my next birthday. Be 40. I'm kind of working at a loose date of March for a race. Until then, just trying to build a good aerobic base. So as I've just found out, nothing's that easy in sort of 27-degree heat. Absolutely dripping with sweat. Gonna have to go in and plenty of water, some lunch, a nice cold shower. I think just did 7 kilometres in the end, about 34 minutes, just under 34 minutes. Average heart rate about 145. Got up to 155 as well, so it just shows what the heat does. But probably same again tomorrow. Should be a bit cooler, and then a long run on Sunday. I know I said church Monday long run, but I like to mix it up. Back to Sunday long run. I just try and fit things in to my life. I'm not afraid to sort of move things around. Sorry, this is quite a short video, but I'm still trying to work out what to do with these. I'm still using a phone. Haven't got any gear really, so still trying to learn how to edit. Don't really know what I'm doing yet, but do intend to keep these going. I've also got a blog on WordPress, which I'll link down below. Just made a post last night discussing around sort of marathon race pace targets versus sort of equivalent performance paces over different distances, 5, 10k, half. Just my thoughts on what I need to do. 2:34 for marathon's really tough. It's a tough target. So I've just written in a bit more detail some initial thoughts on what I think I need to do my training. I'll summarise this week's training on this video and put a link to my Strava. In the meantime, see you soon. So just run through how my training's gone this week. I tend to use Training Peaks for analysis. It's much more analytical than Strava, I find. I think Training Peaks were the sort of forerunners in terms of analysing fitness and fatigue. What you can see here is my overall fitness level. This includes all sports. So at the minute includes a bit of cycling that I was doing a bit earlier in the lockdown here in the UK, but my fitness level at the moment is 42. That is my average fitness over the last 42 days, so 6 weeks. Fatigue is my average
training load for the last 7 days. You can see 53 versus 42, which means I'm pushing that fitness level upwards. Form at -3. Form is just looking at whether you need to rest. It's really looking at yesterday's fitness and yesterday's fatigue. So at the minute it's -3, but tomorrow that will be -10 or 11. I usually try to ensure form is operating between 0 and 30, -30. Anything lower than -30 and you really need to rest. But you can see that's sort of being managed quite well. Today I finished the week off with a 22-kilometre long run in just under 1 hour 40. It's around 7.25 mile pace or 4.5 per kilometre pace. Felt quite good. Training stress score of 112, which obviously fitness currently at 42. The long run today 112. It really gives an idea of how much stress a long run puts on the body. So I'll be taking tomorrow quite easy, but we'll come on to that. In terms of the weekly snapshot, so just go back to this week. In terms of duration, I planned 7 hours and 15 minutes, 7 hours 14 completed, which I'm pretty happy with, very consistent to plan. Distance ended up further than planned due to just running faster than planned. As we'll see, I think I've been a bit over ambitious this week, 92 kilometres versus a plan of 85. I think I've spiked it a bit too much. Just need to rein it in a little bit. Obviously don't have any races planned, so I'm not really in a position where I need to force distance, but really, I mean, 92 kilometres for me is probably in line with the biggest ever week historically. In terms of training stress score, 437 versus 365. Just need to be a little bit careful there. That just gives an overall summary. In terms of charts, if we just go through the charts available, I really like these. As you can see here, this week on Monday, did around 10 miles. Had a few life things on Tuesday, only managed a jog in the morning. Again, sort of 10 miles Wednesday, 10 miles Thursday. Had a couple of easy days Friday, Saturday, 7 kilometres each day, and then I finished the week with a 22 kilometre long run. And you can see that's kind of in line with the long run that I did on the 20th of July, and just progressing slightly from the long runs I'd done the 2 previous weeks. You can always tell how things are going on the basis of a long run each week. You can see I missed a couple of runs that were planned in grey here on the last weekend. I was actually away hiking in the Lake District, so I was still exercising but not running necessarily. And you can see next week I've got my runs planned, planning on sort of 15k per day, Monday to Thursday. Bit of a rest day Friday. I'm going away again actually next weekend, so hoping to get a long run in. But as we'll see, as I was saying, the spike 92k was a big spike versus the week before, and even 3 weeks prior. You can see I'm building back up from an injury. I had a left hip injury, it was actually March through April, May. Starting to pick back up now. I had 3 weeks around 70k. Dropped off a bit with the weekend in the lakes, and then I've spiked it far too hard, to be honest, this week. I feel okay, but a little bit tired, but body-wise feel quite good. So just going to come off a little bit next week to around 80 to 85k, but actually I'll probably drop it off back to around the 70k mark and then pick it up again. So that's the overall mileage. This is the overall fitness chart that Training Peaks is so famous for. You can see back in November last year, before I did a 10-mile PB of 55:37, fitness level was on 53 for running. At the moment, I'm operating around 40, low 40s, so I'm moving in the right direction. You can see the pink line is the 7-day average, pushing that up in the right direction. Form's starting to come down. So that chart's quite good just to see that, you know, getting back to where I was in 10-mile PB shape. Injured, returned in March, injured, coming off again, and then I'm picking it back up. So just carefully trying to get that fitness back to where I was. Fatigue again, you can see, same as the mile chart, sort of just pushing a bit too hard this week, if anything. Peak pace is just to show a good sign of fitness here. If I just look at the long run I did today, what I want to highlight here is the 10-mile pace, 4 minutes 27 per kilometre, and a 60-minute heart rate of 155 average. I was back on the last long run I did on the 20th of July, averaging 430 for 10 mile, so I've improved pace slightly, and that 60-minute heart rate average 157. So I've improved that heart rate average by 2 beats per minute, and also increasing pace, which is a good sign on the long run. So that's it really. Fitness report, you can see I've improved fitness 5 on the TSS score over the last 7 days, 12 over 28 days. And you can just see on the yearly chart again, sort of where I was sort of leading into that 10-mile PB, picking it up again, almost getting to where I was early April, injured again, so it looks a bit like a camel's back, but quite sort of confident and get it back to where it was. So that's where I'm at. Try and do the same again next week, and hopefully be able to give another good report on where I'm going.
Jesse. Say hello, Jesse.